probably see them on the upcoming Netflix show, Black Rabbit. Please give it up for Andrew Barlow.
Did you guys see that? No one saw that? Nobody saw that? Cool. Hey, what's up, everybody? How you doing? How you doing? Talk about some stuff. This is a message for my fellas out there. I want to talk to the guys real quick. Did you guys know that if you on Instagram like somebody's story, it means you're trying to smash? Yeah, you knew that? Because somebody's got to tell my dad, bro. That dude is liking every one of my stories, you know? And it's like, dude, you had me at hello. I will have sex with you, father, you know? Cool. I wasn't going to talk about this, but they brought up, Andrea brought up Joe Biden and everything, and my dad, well, first let me let you know, my dad's deaf. Both my parents are deaf. Don't worry, he's 72 years old. He knows, he found out 5 years ago. Don't worry about it. But he's fully deaf. He's been deaf his whole life, right? And people can get weird about that sometimes because I think they're like, oh my God, what if I became deaf, right? Change is kind of scary, huh? And, but if my dad all of a sudden could hear one day, he wouldn't be like, holy shit, that's what motorcycles sound like? Nice, right? He's a 72-year-old white man in Long Island. He'd be like, no, I'm not going to change. I refuse to learn anything new, okay? I will stay this way and vote Republican, okay? No, just kidding. My dad, he loves Joe Biden, so that's what I want to talk about. He loves Joe Biden so much. When Joe Biden dropped out of the race, I had called my dad to check in on him, and my mom was like, he's out in the yard. They live in an apartment building. My dad was wandering parks, dude. I think he was like, they're coming for me next, you know? The only thing that he feels more strongly about than loving Biden is how much he hates Donald Trump. He really does. Yeah, he really does. And we were out to eat in Long Island one time, and my dad was like, if I get the chance, I'm going to fucking assassinate him. And we're in Long Island. I'm like, dude, you can't say that. It's a red state, you can't say that. But he's deaf, like I mentioned, right? So he didn't whisper, I'm gonna do this. And he could have said a small sign. He could have been like, I'll kill him, I'll shoot him, right? But my dad just went, I'm gonna assassinate him! Right? I was like, everybody down! Holy shit! They were like, get him 2 more guns, Anyway, with my parents being deaf, a lot of people will ask me why I don't sign while I speak, why I don't use more ASL while I'm talking, and I'll let you guys know why. It's because it's really fucking hard, dude. Okay, I know I got hands, I know I got a mouth, but I got one brain, and it's bad, bro, okay? It's like you're asking me to write Spanish while I'm speaking English, and the whole time my brain is telling me that I fucking suck, Fuck that up. So I'm not going to do it. By this point, you probably notice I got a bit of an accent. I got a little bit of an accent, a little bit of fucked up little bit of an accent here. And what you're hearing there is I'm from Long Island, like I mentioned, and we don't really read or write English out there, barely speak it, Kind of like a pirate's no man land, Mad Max. But because both my parents are deaf, I had to go to school to learn how to speak English, and the person who taught me English was from Boston. Yeah. Yeah, God was like, he was up there, I said he, God's a man, okay? And God's up there and he's like, let's give this guy 2 of the worst accents in the world, huh? He'll never get a 9-to-5 job. That's why I'm here on a Wednesday night, right? I've only ever dated one, that's the whole sentence. I've only had one girlfriend. No, I've had way more than one girlfriend. But I've only ever dated one girl who tried to learn sign language to talk to my parents. And, she's talking to my dad one time, and she was like, I'm trying, I'm learning. But she didn't realize how big you do your signs indicates your tone and your emphasis. So what she ended up saying to my dad was, I'm trying, I'm learning! Get off my fucking back, guy! I love you, boy! Miscommunication there, sort of. People will see me perform, they'll be like, Angie, your comedy is so loud. Yeah, no one ever told me to shut the fuck up. I don't really have that. I'll talk about some different stuff, if that's cool. I'm working on a half hour for Disney Plus, and it's funny when people believe that. That's cool. Are you guys dating? Are people dating here? Yeah, anybody? You guys on a date? That's cool. That's cool. I'm dating someone right now. I don't know if this is for you guys. She doesn't believe in sex before marriage, right? And I don't believe in it after. So we got one night to make it happen, you know. Lock it down, then break it up, huh? I won't ask the couple. I don't want to pick on you guys. Has anyone ever had a threesome in here? There's like a real one oboe's clapping, of course. A few bisexuals raising their hands. Damn, I got to get into that club. One of my buddies, he was arguing with his girlfriend about having a threesome, right? And he was like, I don't want to have the devil's threesome. You know what that is? It's two guys and a girl. It's like, I don't want to do that. The devil's threesome, no. And I was like, dude, that's way better than God's threesome, huh? A father, son, and a spooky little ghost, you know? I went to church. I know what's up. I'm a little verklempt because my mouth's a little dry because I had some pizza before this, and a lot of my friends will say, like, Andrew, you eat too much pizza. You eat way too much pizza. Except for my best friend, Giuseppe. He's always like, Andrew, my best customer. Another pizza pie for one, huh? Keeping me afloat, man. I got the light, so I'm going to do like 20 more minutes. Let's see. I'll talk about this. But we Mamdani heads? We're like Mamdani fans? Yeah. We're in Caveat. Yeah, of course. We're Mamdani. Does your hat have a hole in the top? I don't have time. I got the light. I got the light. Holy shit. How'd I just notice you? Man. Okay. I talk to people on the left and right, and not on Long Island, you know, they're more like right-leaning Democrats, aka Republican. And but they'll all be like, you really want Mamdani to be your mayor? He's an immigrant. He's a Muslim. He's a socialist. I'm like, hey, I don't know how to tell you guys this. I really fucking like that stuff about him. Okay, I like that about him, dude. You know what I mean? If they wanted me to not vote for Mamdani, they should remind me that he's younger than me and has a way better life, man. Okay, that dude is 33, married to a smoke show, and about to have the best job in New York City. I'm 36, a bartender, and I'm going home alone tonight, man. My roommate's cat threw up on my couch twice today. Isn't that the life? All right, I'll leave you guys with this. I'm an actor by the day. I mentioned the Netflix thing. My dad said to me the other day, he was like, my dying wish is to see you on Law and Order. So listen, after the show, if any of you want to help me kill my dad, be cool. It's like, dream bigger, Dad, you know? Okay, thanks, guys.